as an opening batsman and a captain, there's very little pressure because as an opening batsman, you can actually control the flow of the game, particularly in this T20 format. And in case you get out early, then you come into the cool of the change room and then you get a slightly different perspective. So all in all, I do believe that being an opening batsman is actually a plus as far as KL Rahul is concerned. And often when India has been playing, you've seen Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma, whoever is leading the side, go to him to check with him. Now he keeps wickets as well. So all in all, I think this is only going to be a season where Rahul now comes on as an all-rounded cricketer.
He's ready for it. He's ready to do it.
KP, from one opener to another, Chris Gale, what did Punjab do with Gale? He turns 41 tomorrow, but he's the leading run scorer in this format.
Exactly, but I think I want to go back to what you guys are discussing there about captaincy and KL Rahul and the decisions that he has to make. And this being his first game that he's going to lead this team, this is a huge thing for KL Rahul to try and figure out. Now, we haven't been privy to anything that's been going on over the last month or so. These players have been out here for ages. They've been in isolation themselves. We had to do it too. So when you get to the ripe old age of 41, I mean, I ticked over to 40 only a couple of months ago. You start to feel it. When you get to 30, you get to 35, you start to feel it. So, listen, this is going to be a big decision. We don't know what the decision is yet. I mean, I could probably give something away because I can see him hovering over there and I know exactly what he's getting up to. However, it's a big decision for KL Rahul to stamp his authority on this team and to make an impact as the leader. This is a huge decision. So you've got to watch this space when it comes to Gale.
Listen, I'm more than 40. I'm more than 50. I don't feel anything.
No. Yeah, but you look at you.
I mean, so, yeah, but what are you talking about? Oh, he's 40, he's going to be...
well, out of respect to you, I didn't go to 50, 55, 60.
You saw my dancing earlier.
I stopped. You see, that's how much I love you.
Yeah, I know that.
While you guys keep chatting, I'm going to throw to a bloke who's younger and entertaining in Rishabh Pant. He's been a bit of a superstar for the IPL and certainly coming into his own on the international phase as well. But he's got a challenge ahead of him. I love watching Rishabh Pant. Let's check out a little bit more.
He was the successor to the greatest wicketkeeper batsman of the modern era. But things haven't gone to plan over the last 16 months, as he has been pushed to the fringes of Team India's squad. Pant will believe that the IPL can once again do for him what it did earlier, relaunch his career. After all, it was his run-making prowess since 2017 that made him an overnight sensation. He has scored more runs than anyone else in the last 3 editions of the toughest 20, with an unbelievable strike rate.
Oh, down the ground, very high and long.
The fearless youngster can play every shot in the book and a few that are completely out of syllabus. And watching him dismantle Jasprit Bumrah at Wankhede was awe-inspiring.
Oh, this is the second time he's dispatched Bumrah in that direction.
But the same fearlessness that inspired awe is now seen as a liability. In 28 innings across formats since IPL 2019, Pant has just 2 50s to his name and has been dropped from playing 11 across formats. Pant has been away from the intense scrutiny that followed his dip in form and will have had time during the lockdown to clear his head. He will look to retain the fearlessness but rediscover his touch in Dream 11 IPL 2020.
Well, it's always one of those big questions for the dynamic, explosive batsmen. Do they go? Do they be a bit smarter about it? What do you think should be Rishabh Pant's approach?
Well, I think he's young enough still not to be restricting himself too much. But the one error he does make sometimes is try to hit it too hard. He only has to get it just over the rope rather than out of the stadium. But he is a dynamite player. He's a match winner. He's involved a lot, but he is also a key batsman and a match winner. And you've got that middle order covered with a match winner like him. If he performs, you're going to go really deep into this competition.
All right, it is absolutely beautiful here in Dubai. We are loving being here. The heat is on, but we're loving the heat as well.
KP loves it.
You're hitting the pool every morning, KP.
Love everything about my job. Thank you very much, Meredith. And for all of you watching, I love it.
We thank the UAE for having us here and getting this competition up and running. There is no doubt about it. So let's check out some of the sights and sounds of beautiful Dubai. you for having me. So one of the most famous things in Dubai is its perfume known as oud, and I've been a big fan of oud for many, many years, so I can't wait to smell some new scents and check them out. I love oud. It lasts for so many hours, and also when in Dubai you have to get oud, but you also have to get some gold. So come with me. So when you come to Dubai, you have to visit 2nd December Street. There's lots of things to do and see over here. So check it out with me while I take you on my experience. So like I said, Dubai is synonymous for gold. It's one of those things that one should definitely get, however big or small. I definitely got myself a little ring, which I love a lot. So next time you come, check it out. So guys, definitely step by here next time you come. Great music, great atmosphere, and this is my second cup of coffee, so it genuinely is good. Today the caravan has moved from Abu Dhabi through to Dubai, the first match that's happening there on this Super Sunday. Let's find out what conditions the Dubai Stadium has to offer. This is the Dream 11 pitch report.
Hi everyone, how much fun did we have last night? And it was a big win to CSK in Abu Dhabi, but we're now at Dubai International Cricket Stadium, and this looks like a magic cricket ground, as it always does. Abu Dhabi was brilliant, and this square here, I've got to say, it's the best I've ever seen it, and there's a really good coverage of grass, and there's a lot of rotation throughout. And the man, my partner in crime, you've spent so long batting in all these decks.
Yeah.
This looks a little different though.
It does look a little bit different, as you say. It's the covering of grass, and that's something that struck a chord last night, was the covering of grass in Abu Dhabi. And I suppose long tournament, 2 months, you can see how much grass there is around on the square. So I expect the wicket to play just as good as last night. I don't expect there to be anything different other than batsmen picking their places, picking their boundaries. Now, we're talking about the dimensions too. We have to mention dimensions.
Yeah, they were bigger last night.
They
Saw
were.
a lot of outfield catches because of it.
Absolutely right. But here in Dubai, without the wind, there was a bit of a wind last night. You can pick your gaps. You can really go at it here. The one little factor on this ground is, depending on which part of the square you're playing on, that boundary there or that square boundary there becomes quite big. So that plays into the tactics of the opposition. Shorter balls, slower balls into the deck. But I tell you what, you as a batsman, you're walking out here going, I like this.
It's a beauty. Well, the average first innings total has been around 167, similar to Abu Dhabi, but I'm expecting if they get going, they could score anything. If you win the toss, what are you doing?
You are making sure that you chase.
You chase. But have a look at these conditions. Game 2, Dream 11 IPL. It's coming your way soon.
Graham, we just heard about the conditions on the ground there in Dubai. Which bowlers are going to thrive under these conditions?
Well, basically, I think you can rule out the spinners for the first part of this game. There's a lot of grass on that wicket. KP just said if you're a batsman, you walk out and go, oh, I like the look of this. Spin bowls are the same. They look out and go, oh, you're kidding me. Throw the ball to the big guys, the big fast guys. If Brett Lee was playing, he'd be taking loads of wickets on that day.
Not a
Well, you've got to
43.
feel bad for the bowlers as well, because the artillery that's on display in terms of the batsmen, Brett, it's got to be a rough, as you said. But you've got someone as wily as Ashwin coming into this side too.
Well, definitely, someone like Ashwin, that old saying goes, on a nice greenish, let's call it greenish wicket, if it does seam, it can turn too. So Ashwin's a tall guy, get a bit of turn and burn, so expect he may be coming to play later on tonight as well.
It's Ashwin playing against his former side as well, and that's why there's so much at stake for him. It's going to be a huge encounter for Ravichandran Ashwin, and he is certainly looking forward to it as well.
Nice to see you. You're looking fit as well, I might add. And tell me what's been going through your mind as you come up to face a team that you've captained.
No, honestly, I mean, that's not gone through my mind at all, to be very, very frank, because playing the game again is something that is very close to my heart. I've been looking forward to this day for a while. I think it's been a long wait. In fact, 6 months is a lot of time, and there is a bit of nervous energy, that adrenaline that's pumping again. Feel as if I started playing the game all over again, which is a great feeling.
Getting settled, how's that gone in terms of the squad and everybody around you?
Look, I think it's been great because most of these boys are boys that I played with in the Indian team, and they've been very, very nice to me. In fact, it's been the other way around. I felt like a senior walking into the team as it is. I felt like home, so no complaints with respect to that.
Chat with Coach Ricky Ponting. You guys have been in the press. Come on, tell me what's happened.
Look, I mean, I've come over to the team, and the team said we need some marketing stunts happening, so we thought we'll put something together.
That's nice. Okay, tell me about the actual game. Turning up here in Dubai, what you expect and the role you must play.
There is nothing as it is that I must play as a role in this team. I mean, I'm looking, like I said, it's going to be a ball hitting the bat again, and vice versa. Looking forward to picking some wickets, and like I said, I would like to get through the 40 overs, play the 20 over game, play cricket all over again. Looking forward to it like I look forward to it as a young kid.
Okay, mate. All the best.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to watching you.
Thank you so much.
Ashwin takes on the Universe boss tonight. That's going to be the matchup that we're really looking forward to. Speaking of Chris Gayle, I think it's time we figure out what life is like inside the bubble. Gayle, it's over to you.
Chris Gayle may be 40 years old, but that doesn't stop him from being the coolest kid in the King's class, bringing his Caribbean style to every subject. From monitoring social distancing protocols.
Yeah, you go. Cut. Wait. Stop, don't pass that.
To giving his younger teammates serious competition in the games room. The King's class of 2020 is on a special journey, and their headmaster is always looking to immortalize the priceless moments. But the Kings from Punjab are not the only ones with a love for fun. Their opponents tonight, the Delhi Capitals, also love to strike a pose. A young team led by a young leader, DC is full of energy. Showing off their swag, the Capitals are glaring it up in style. Even if it takes a bit of practice to get it perfect. From their young guns to their senior statesmen, the entertainment never stops in the DC hostel. After all, they're learning from Gabbar, one of the best entertainers in the business, on and off the field.
Sonny, that's some competition for you. Let's see the move. Come on. Give us some of it.
I've got to watch it.
Your bat's done.
All over that. They're my all-time favourite team in the IPL just because of that 5 seconds.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing Ricky Ponting dance.
We'll throw the gauntlet into Ricky as well. It'll come from you as well. But there is so much that's going on in that huddle as well. I mean, Brett, when you take a look at these scenes early on, you know, you've got the Universe boss in there, obviously a cap being handed out. These are great moments for any cricketer. Krishnappa Gautam getting his first cap for the Kings 11 Punjab, and that is a big moment for him. But also, you've got the newbies like Sheldon Cottrell in the mix, and that's a huge moment, Brett. Do you remember your moment?
Yeah, look, the first game was my first game in the Indian Premier League was playing for that very, very franchise. So wonderful feeling up there. Kings 11, you know, they're a great franchise, wonderful leaders, great staff. It's a lot of fun. So to get your hat for the first time, look, there's going to be some nerves. Let's just definitely put that out there. There will be some nerves there tonight, but the hard work's been done in terms of the preparation. Now it's about to go out to express yourself as a cricketer. So it'll be a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of experience in that setup as well, Swanee, but there's a lot of youth in there too. KL Rahul at the top of it. But the likes of Sheldon Cottrell are going to enjoy himself out there, surely.
Well, he's got a million reasons to enjoy himself, hasn't he, to be honest. But the very fact the skipper, it's his first game, it's good. The team look excited. They look like they're enjoying each other's company, having a bit of fun. A fresh skipper can sometimes do that. There's not the dogma of, you know, past gripes with the coach or whatever. It seems like a fresh team, fresh season. It's looking good.
And it's two sides that haven't won the IPL before, Brett. You've got the Delhi side, again, young, fresh, fearless in many ways. Ajinkya Rahane part of that setup too. And that's going to be a big factor coming in. The experience of Ashwin coming into the mix as well. There's your mate, Ricky Ponting. Have a few words with the boys. And that's a setup that looks well-oiled. They got close last time around, but under Shreyas Iyer, he is going to have to bring his Baiju superpower into the mix as well, because Shreyas is giving us one of his masterstrokes to give us a little bit more into how that could help Delhi Capitals.
नेट्स में जैसे कि हमारे दो स्लिंगी बॉलर्स है जो हमारे साइड आर्म से डालते हैं, तो उनकी स्पीड में इफ यू जस्ट टाइम द बॉल इट इजीली क्लियर्स लॉन्ग मिड ऑफ एंड मिड ऑन. तो उस तरीके से मैं सिर्फ पोजीशन में आता हूँ एंड आई विल जस्ट लुक टू टाइम द बॉल. मुझे पता है कि मेरे स्ट्रेंथ से आराम से क्लियर हो सकता है वो लाइन, तो उस हिसाब से मेरा माइंडसेट है एंड आई जस्ट बैक माय इंस्टिंक्ट्स. हाँ, मैं थोड़ा अपराइट खड़े रहता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे फिर वो बॉल के बाउंस के साथ अपने आप वो फ्लो आ जाता है. अगर मैं नीचे रहूंगा तो मुझे ऐसा फील होता है कि बॉल ऊपर जा सकता है. सो आई जस्ट स्टैंड लिटिल बिट स्टिल एंड सी टू इट दैट माय हैंड फ्लोज रियली फास्ट.
Fielder's going to watch it sail over.
And my leg obviously doesn't move that much, so I have to cover it up with my hands. तुरंत जैसे ही निकलता है, क्योंकि वो सिचुएशन इतना इम्पोर्टेंट होता है कि अगर आप थोड़ा भी लेट हो गए तो आप मिस टाइम कर सकते हो बॉल. जरा सा भी आपने थोड़ा भी डबल माइंड सेट हो गया उस टाइम में, तो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द चांसेस है कि आप आउट हो सकते हो. आई एम ऑलवेज 100%. जब भी रिलीज होता है तभी भी मैं देखता हूँ.
What a superpower there from the skipper, Shreyas Iyer. Binger, would you have liked to bowl against him? Because it seems like he has no weaknesses whatsoever.
Well, not at 43. Maybe back in the heyday I would have backed myself, but certainly not now. Look, he's a key player. 62 matches next to his name, 463 runs last year. So, look, he's a great leader, 25 years. So, look, he's got all the makings of what's going to be a wonderful Indian cricketer.
And Binger, you know, at the age of 25, he seems to be reveling in captaincy as well. There's something about this man that he shoulders responsibility and loves it too.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to their personality. You know, there are some captains that when they get given that captaincy role, that it actually puts a lot of pressure on them. But I think he actually embraces that. So that's really, really good for him, that he can actually take that extra bit of responsibility, get on his shoulders, get the young guys, and have that young feeling around the team as well, which is very, very important.
Yeah, it is very important. And in many ways, Swanee, he's the glue within that squad, isn't he? I mean, for him, it's going to be crucial that he actually puts it all together around him.
It is, yeah. But he's had 2 years now, so he knows the job. And it's time to deliver, really. When you look at the team, they've underperformed for a while. This is the season. 2 years as a skipper under his belt. There's no freshman nerves anymore. He's got to go out there and deliver, and his squad have got to go with him.
Well, we're not far from this one kicking off. It's going to be such a good encounter. And on our way out onto a little break here on Baiju's Cricket Live, we're giving you DC's anthem for Dream 11 IPL 2020.
स्टेडियम चिल्लाता कहता टीम ये हमारी वे है दिल्ली कैपिटल्स मेरी रगों में बसती तेरी शान में तू मेरी जान में जीतना एक ही मकसद तू ही ईमान में धुरंधर मस्त कलंदर जाबाजों की लॉरी में मारे हर गेंद पे छक्का जब आती बारी वे स्टेडियम चिल्लाता कहता टीम ये हमारी वे दिल्ली कैपिटल्स दिल्ली कैपिटल्स दिल्ली कैपिटल्स दिल्ली कैपिटल्स.
This is Kate.
Hey.
She takes 2 prescriptions. Kate's son Jack takes one too. Kate works hard and thought she had good insurance. but she still pays too much. That's no good. So Kate downloaded the GoodRx app. Now she can compare prescription prices to find the best discounts. She even beats her insurance price. Good for you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Investors want cash flow? NRIA is making an accommodation. We're extending higher than normal 10% monthly electronic payouts right now from our real estate-backed Class A Buildings Fund. You'll receive steady 10% monthly payments and total returns targeted with bonus at 18 to 21% annualized. NRIA's 14-year track record and $1.2 billion of new construction development backs you. Get 10% monthly electronic cash flow right now. Call 201-210-2727.
Seconds time, there's going to be agony and ecstasy of the highest order in sport.
One England win, anything more, New Zealand win.
This is the moment. It's Archer to Guptill. Guptill's going to push for two. They've got to go. It's got Thro's got to go to the keeper's end. He's got it. England have won the World Cup by the barest of margins. By the barest of all margins. Absolute ecstasy for England.
That is brilliant. What a way to end the game.
Archer has come up trumps. What character from that young man. It is just the most amazing scene here at Lord's.
Dream 11 IPL, September 19th to November 10th, live on Willow. Presented by Audible, world's leading insights, ratings and analysis provider. Powered by WhiteHatJunior.com, live online coding for kids. Book a free class today in association with Ashoka Parathas, Desi at Heart, Policy Genius, Shop the Market and get life insurance right. Royal Chef's Secret Basmati Rice. Make it your chef's secret. And IGP.com, India की gifting site.
New Zealand Women's Tour of Australia, 3 T20 and 3 ODI, live and exclusive on Willow.
Welcome back to Baiju's Cricket Live as we count down to the Delhi Capitals up against the Kings 11 Punjab. We are moments away from the toss. Both of these teams trying to win their maiden titles. Here in the UAE, you would think that the conditions favour the Delhi Capitals or the Kings 11 Punjab? What do you think there, KP?
I think it fancies the team that bats second, if I'm honest. I think the toss at the moment is crucial. The way that you have a look at the setup, and Slats and I were lucky enough to go and spend a little bit of time out in the middle earlier today. Even covering of grass, really good. And statistics prove that the toss is all important here. And I think we saw dew last night as well.
It's the dew factor that I was going to mention, and that's why, when you're chasing, the pitch will quicken up. That's the dynamic of dew, makes it harder to field. So it's easier to bat with a bit of dew in the outfield second.
And we saw that last night as well, didn't we? Rohit Sharma really referred to the dew. Obviously a different venue, but there's similar conditions in the UAE.
Yes, I don't think the conditions will be any different as far as the turf is concerned. It will still be dew factor will very much be there. And so I think whoever captain wins it, and both of them are devotees, if I might use the word, of MS Dhoni. Both KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer are devotees of MS Dhoni. They'll have seen what MSD did yesterday. He won the toss and he opted to field first. So that is going to be also an important factor, not just the dew factor, not the factor that, the pitch quickens up and they might, what the asking rate is going to be when you're chasing. But because MSD did it, these two guys are also going to do the same.
We're about 30 seconds away from toss, and I tell you what, you mentioned fielding last night. That provided some crucial moments, both good and bad. It'll be important again tonight.
Yeah, it was interesting too, because it was like carpet out there, so it was just players getting into the game, I think. But Faf du Plessis on the boundary rope was absolutely brilliant. And we've got bigger boundaries square here today, so the batsmen have really got to get hold of them to hit sixes, and it brings the bowlers back into the game.
All right, it is time now for the toss of the coin, so let's head out to the middle here in Dubai.
Dream 11 IPL match number 2 here in the gorgeous Dubai. Beautiful evening and very pleasant conditions. I've got KL Rahul alongside me, Kings 11 Punjab captain. Shreyas Iyer is here as well from the Delhi Capitals, and Javagal Srinath is our match referee. Now, Shreyas, you're going to call. Javagal, would you please toss the coin?
Tails is the call. It's you win the call.
It's heads. KL, what are you going to do and why? Just stay there.
We're going to look to bowl first. Looks like a fresh wicket and don't really know what to expect from the wicket, so I think just have a bowl and try to restrict them and put pressure on the batsman.
All right, it's a new opportunity for you. How excited are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm pumped, and so is the whole team. Great opportunity for all of us to get out and play some cricket, and we're all pumped. We're all excited.
What about the lockdown, the sort of build up to the tournament? How's that been? What sort of team has it made you?
Look, obviously it was difficult staying indoors because we're all used to being so busy, being on the road and playing cricket, so it was a bit difficult, but gave us a lot of time to think about what options we can play and what's the kind of team we've got. So yeah, I mean we've done strategically everything possible, and it's time for us to go out there and express ourselves and enjoy our game.
4 overseas players, who are they?
We're going with Maxwell, Puran, Chris Jordan and Sheldon Cottrell.
All right, mate. Good luck, eh? Go well.
Thank you.
Shreyas, come on in. You're having a bat. Would you have bowled as well due to maybe the dew factor around later on?
Yes, obviously that's one of the reasons, and looking at the grass currently, it's, and it's a first match itself, so I would have definitely looked to bowl as well.
All right, last year you captained the side as well. What have you learnt from last year that's going to make you a better captain this year?
Well, I've learned to be a lot responsible, and as a captain you need a very good temperament, and I think I've gained that over the years. And obviously when you have the likes of Ricky Ponting and Saurav Ganguly around you, they make your job easy, and I'm really lucky to be having them around me as well right now. So yeah, captaincy, I love the role. It makes me more responsible towards teams' wins and losses. So yeah, really looking forward for a good season this year.
You've got some great Indian talent at the top of your order. Obviously, you're one of those. The top 5, was it hard to sort out? Who was it going to be tonight?
It was really a difficult job because, every batsman, when you see them in the nets, they've been batting at their best, and, we've got so many options, and that's a good sign for a team. So I'm really happy, and it was a difficult job as a captain as well. So yeah, currently the team is looking in very good position, and the preparation has been at maximum.
Your overseas players?
So Shimron Hetmeyer, Stoinis, Rabada and Nokia, they're going to be there.
All right, good luck tonight, Shreyas.
Thank
Go well.
you so much.
There you go. It's the Kings 11 Punjab who have won the toss in the second match of the Dream 11 IPL. They are going to bowl first.
Well, Michael Slater, what are your reactions to that? A bit of big news with no Chris Gale. We thought that would maybe happen, but your reactions to the toss as well.
Yeah, look, it's no surprise what's happened there, and it's a good toss when you're just starting captaincy for the Punjab to win it and say we're going to bowl first. Gets him into the captaincy as well as his team. I think the mentality of both sides turning up or any game is that you've got to be prepared to bat first because we know the winning captain's probably going to field. So for Delhi, they've got the side to go out there and amass 180 and make it really difficult in a run chase. But Chris Gale not playing, they've held him back before and it's worked. It's made the old boy hungry. And then when he comes out and scores runs, he said, see, the universe boss has still got it.
I'm not having that. I'm not having it.
You
turn
want him
up
out
here,
there.
I want Gale. Come to the game today to watch Gale. The universe boss. We talked about it an hour ago. Now he's not playing.
They're making him hungry.
Not only have I sweated all afternoon, I don't get to see the universe boss.
Don't forget, Maxwell's just coming off a brilliant 100.
Played beautifully.
That took Australia to a win. So he's in form. He's high on confidence. He's hitting the ball well.
Yep.
So all those factors will certainly make a difference.
He's the sort of guy you've got to do that with too, Maxi, because he can have a real run of outs. But if you get him in form, get him out there, because he's pretty special. He's a match winner.
He's in form at the moment as well after a ton for Australia. Well, no Chris Gale, but Shikhar Dhawan will be in action. He's been a busy boy in lockdown. It's been a challenging time for everyone. Let's check out how Shikhar Dhawan has spent his time.
Laughter is the best medicine in tough times, and the Dhawan family certainly gave us plenty of reasons to laugh during the lockdown. Shikhar spent a lot of time with his son Zorawar, and their bonding sessions featured prominently on social media. Like father, like son, Shikhar's acting talent certainly rubbed off on little Zorawar, and the super cool father and son duo set the stage on fire. But even Shikhar's wife Aisha was not far behind in the Bollywood game, as she and Shikhar brought a Jitendra classic alive. But as the days went by and weeks turned into months, the lockdown was no longer a bed of roses for Gabbar, as reality turned out to be stranger than fiction for Shikhar Dhawan. Shikhar's lockdown diary was like an album of the most fun moments that a family can have together. Now let's wait to see how much fun Shikhar has with his IPL family.
Gabbar at his very best off the field, and we're looking forward to Gabbar at his very best on the field as well. And while the fans aren't actually there at the stadium, they are celebrating every single moment this Dream 11 IPL, and one particular fan cannot wait for this first encounter for the Kings 11 Punjab. Here is our super fan, Shabad.
मैं 2009 से आईपीएल को फॉलो कर रहा हूँ, जिसमें मैं 2009 में अपना पहला आईपीएल मैच देखने गया था। उसके बाद से लेकर अब तक शायद ही कोई आईपीएल मैच मिस करवाए। मोहाली में अपनी किंग्स 11 टीम को हमेशा सपोर्ट करते हैं हम। वो मेरी लगन अपनी टीम के लिए देखते हुए किंग्स 11 पंजाब ने मुझे अपना ऑफिशियल फैन बनाया था। हमको बहुत दुख है कि आईपीएल इस साल भारत में नहीं हो रहा। 8 बजे का मैच देखने के लिए भी 4 बजे अपनी टीम के लिए पहुंच जाते थे। अब हमको वो मौका नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन हम घर से भी बैठकर अपनी टीम की पूरी सपोर्ट करेंगे। हमको पूरी उम्मीद है कोरोना को हराएंगे और किंग्स 11 पंजाब कप पंजाब में लाएगी। चक दे फट्टे पंजाब।
Absolutely love it. I mean, even though fans aren't around, Swanee, there's just so much emotion and so much excitement about it. But Shikhar Dhawan, the importance of that man in this encounter is going to be huge. The experience he brings, and we're going to see him early on as well.
Absolutely. And you saw there, what a character off the field. And he takes that character onto the field as well. So when we see this man with the bat in his hand, he's full of beans, he's full of life, and that spreads throughout the team. And that's very important in 2020 cricket. They've been in camps, fitness camps. No one enjoys fitness. but when you've got a guy like Shikhar Dhawan around, it makes it a bit better.
I've got to say, this man enjoyed his fitness a little bit, Brett. I mean, when you look at someone like Shikhar Dhawan, enjoys his fitness, but also that added experience, is that what Delhi were looking for in terms of Ashwin plus Shikhar bringing that leadership role more as well?
Oh, definitely. Look, he's a huge asset for the Delhi Capitals. Super fit, as you mentioned. He's got a wealth of experience, and he's great at the top of the order. So I'm expecting fireworks tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a mega night to watch. But on the other side, you've got Kings 11 Punjab as well. No Mujib in that mix, but Sheldon Cottrell making his debut. Exciting one for him.
Exciting. I should say Sat Sri Akal to all the people out there in the Punjab community. Looking forward to watching him play. He's obviously a wonderful all-rounder, and looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, it is going to be so important to watch how Sheldon Cottrell comes in. It's a huge opportunity for him as well. We've also got so many new faces in the two squads, but we've got to also have a look at the playing 11 soon. You know, Swanee, when you look at the opportunities that present itself, and you've got someone like Shikhar at the top of the order, how do you stop him?
Well, I'd get a spinner on very soon, Shikhar Dhawan. He often gets off to a very good start against the seam bowlers, but he often gets out to spin early on. If I was playing against him, I'd look to get the spinners on early doors. But to be honest, I'd look to get the spinners on early doors against everybody.
And then you've got, if you don't have Shikhar, you've got Rishabh Pant to deal with, you've got Shreyas Iyer as well. That Indian core, Binger, it is huge for the Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, it is. And look, they don't often need the overseas player in the top 4 or 5, do they? That's one great strength, so they can really impact their bowling, attacking it a few more of the overseas players that come in and look after that aspect. But, when you got, as you mentioned, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, those types of players, Shikhar Dhawan at the top there, it's a formidable setup and a great lineup.
And the Delhi Capitals, let's take a look at what their phone pay playing 11 is going to be. This side really looks a little bit dangerous.